Hello, amigos. Welcome, one. Welcome, all. It's time for another exciting edition of the show with no name exclusively on Vaughn Radio. And I hope you guys are excited because this is the last show of 2022. And guys, we made it through another year and we did it together. Hey, you guys helped me, I helped you. We worked together, and 2022, it has had its ups and its downs, sus altibajos, its ups and downs. But I've got to say something. It's been a pleasure every step of the way. Thanks to you guys, you have made it a magical year. You know, I had to stick that sound effect in there. Well, guys, it's also not just the last show of the year, but it's also Christmas time. And I don't know about you guys, but I love Christmas. Now, if you don't love Christmas, don't worry. It's going to be over in two shakes of a lamb's tail. What's that? Two shakes, like the word agitar, two shakes of a lamb's tail in un plis plas, in the blink of an eye. Christmas will be over, and then it'll be New Year's, and then you guys have the Epiphany, the wise men, los tres reyes magos. Well, just a quick reminder, if you want to learn a little bit about that Christmas vocabulary and learn some of the traditions in the United States, remember to download my podcast for your English. And remember, if you download that, you can catch the Christmas episodes, Thanksgiving episodes, Halloween. So, whatever holiday it may be, there's an FYI episode. And if there isn't, it's because I haven't made one yet. So, remember, if you have any suggestions in the coming year for new topics, we're going to start the year off. I can give you this one. Nobody really knows this yet, but we're kicking off the new year with an FYI episode on motivation. So that's going to be a good way to kick off the new year as well. Remember, wherever you get your Vaughn podcasts, you can subscribe to For Your English. And don't just search for FYI, because you got to search for Your English. Trust me, because when I search for FYI, everything comes up like a million podcasts. But for some reason, mine doesn't come up in their algorithm. I guess language learning is not that important to them. Nevertheless, I'm in the top charts, so I should be coming up. I guess it's pay to play, like everything. You know, Facebook. I remember back in the day when I first started, when I had Facebook, I had thousands of views on my videos, and now I get like 100. Okay, I admit I use that social media platform the least. So on Twitter, I still have thousands of views. On YouTube, it depends. YouTube is hit or miss, and hit or miss is o lo clavamos y hay muchas visiones o no hay nada. I don't get it. I still don't get the algorithm, but I do know that in modern day social media, it's a pay to play thing. No, tienes que pagar para que te vean. Back in the day when all of this stuff started, I think the algorithm was simple. You saw your friends, you saw the people you followed, but now between advertising and all the other stuff that's in there, you don't even see your friends' posts anymore, which is weird. I knew I had to leave Facebook, and I still have Facebook, but I knew I had to leave it personally when I just didn't even know how to use it. Every week, they just kept changing it. And I'm like, why is it? What was good about Facebook in the early days, I think, was the simplicity. And as we say in English, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. That's right. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. No te compliques. And that's, I think, one of the things too, as a teacher. It's one of my goals. And I think anybody who's listening, I know we have a lot of teachers who listen to us. It's simplifying, keeping something simple, making something that could potentially be confusing or, overwhelming, abrumador, and simplifying it and making your students, or at least not making them, but helping them See the light. Oh my God, I sound like a religious figure. You will see the light, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, let's kick off with our first challenge, today's pop quiz. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Come on. Pop quiz. Yeah. Hands up. Pop quiz, folks. Pop quiz. Yeah. That's right, amigos. That's right. It is our pop quiz only on the show with no name. This is where I remind you guys to follow me, to follow Vaughn on social media. And this way, you guys are learning all the time. I mean, all the time. Every time you go to the toilet, let's admit it, we all check our phones on the toilet. Anytime you go over to the toilet, you're learning something in English. Anytime you open up your timeline, I should say, you are learning something in English. And I mean, if you do that every day, that means you're going to learn like 10 to 20 little things. I mean, I can tell you right here on my social media, I've got my phone right here, Instagram. Look, I can show you it. Look at all these videos. Each of these videos that I have here, if you can't see it, it's just videos of my mug, mi cara. And then you've got different, there's a little bit of text. I try not to put too much text because I like to keep it simple. And you'll see if you go over to my Instagram, Alberto underscore Alonso, you'll see that we've got, some kind of, there's some kind of order to it. I try to post a homophone, then maybe after that, I try to post an expression, maybe after that, a false friend, pronunciation things. So you'll see a little bit of everything over there on social media. So just make sure that you guys are following me, you're following Vaughn, and you're following all my friends over at Vaughn Radio. And I'm telling you, one of my greatest friends, he's actually in Canada right now with his family. That's my buddy, Kyle Miller. And he's not just a great friend, he's an amazing teacher, and he's the host of Vaughn Radio's Drive Time. That's right. That's right. There's Kyle Miller, the host of today's Drive Time. Now, even though there isn't a live show today, it's like here on the show with no name, you can always learn, right? Doesn't matter. You can always learn. You can learn left, right, and center all over the place. And that's the idea. If you are always learning on the toilet, as I said, or even, I listen, one of the times I listen to podcasts is when I'm doing the laundry. Haciendo una colada. I'm doing a load of laundry, or I'm emptying out the dishwasher, lavavajillas, or preparing some dinner, whatever. Whatever I'm doing, I can be learning at the same time. And we're very lucky because when I was a kid, you didn't have that option. If you wanted to learn, you'd have to sit down and read a book, and that's great. Nothing like getting lost in a book. A book is a whole new world, a new fantastic. A book is, I mean, it's a trip, a ticket to another world, right? Magazines too. I remember, speaking of the bathroom, I used to read magazines all the time on the throne. And yeah, you're thinking, okay, I was reading my mom's magazines. I guess they were like Ladies Home Journal, Better Housekeeping, these classic magazines. Vogue, I think she even had. Well, my grandmother had all the classic magazines too, Vogue and Mademoiselle. I don't know if you guys remember these. You say Vogue in Spanish. We say Vogue, strike a pose. Strike a pose. To strike a pose is posar, no? What they do. In fact, when you do the Vogue dance, that's exactly what you're doing. You're striking a pose. All right, well, my amigos, the holiday season is upon us. It's official. This is our last show. We're going to make every second count. And if not, well, what are we doing here? My friend Brendan Ryan, excellent teacher. You got to follow him if you're on Twitter. He posts videos. He posts tons of great graphics. Amazing stuff. His name is Brendan M. Ryan, and he was watching the show the other day. If you're watching, hello, Brendan. And he took a screenshot. You say pantallazo. He took a screenshot, and that was a screenshot of me doing this show. It was the other day when I wore the Santa hat, which, by the way, I'm back. I've got my red gear. Gear is another way of saying clothes. It's a very native way of saying mi ropa, mi conjunto, my gear. And he snapped a shot, a picture, a screenshot of me. I don't know if I was singing or something, but I had my eyes closed. And you could see in that picture that I was putting 110% into it. And he said, wow, Alberto, I love, what you put into your shows, the energy you put into your classes. And then I gave him the expression. I didn't even finish it because he would know it. And this isn't today's pop quiz, but this is a little warm up for you guys. I want you to fill in the blank here. I love these games. Okay. This isn't the pop quiz. This is the pre-pop quiz. So I said to Brendan, and he knew how to finish the sentence. I said, if it's worth doing, what's the second part? All I said to him was, in the tweet, I responded, if it's worth doing, ... right? And he knows the rest. Let's see if you guys know the rest as well. Also, we're going to go over here to our chat room, and then, let me give you both parts over here. Let me give you both parts. Okay, so the first part I just gave you. That's the pre-pop quiz, okay, which, if it's worth doing, the real pop quiz, I know, I slipped an extra one in there. Hey, think of it as making sure you know another structure. This is a translation from Kyle's program, Drive Time. It's the Twitter translation. And he says, ¿cómo? A ver, para usar la palabra pose otra vez. To strike a pose is hacer un pose. To pose es hacer un pose. But to pose a question es una forma de decir, hacer la pregunta. You can say to ask a question. We don't say, can I make you a question? No. ¿Puedo hacerte? No. Can I ask you a question? Or can I pose a question? It's muy formal. But I just wanted to show you another usage of that word pose. All right, so Kyle poses this question in his translation. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? No soporto madrugar. And you know what? I know we're going to get a lot of original answers here. Lo sé. I'm absolutely, positively sure of it. We are going to get some really good answers here. All right, let's take a look at what we've got over here in our chat room. I'm going to get a hip hop beat going. I know some of you guys told me in the live stream that you can't hear the jingles. They'll be in the audio, so we're just going to have to work around it, at least in the first part. If I can sort it out in the second part, great. If not, the show must go on. So thank you for bringing it to my attention. Thanks for the heads up. Acabo de apuntar esa. Thanks for the heads up, el aviso. Yeah, well, the thing is, you guys gave me a heads up, me avisasteis, that you can't hear the jingles. Now, again, that's just in the live stream. I know you guys who are listening to us live on the radio or the podcast, you can hear them, but for some reason, they're not on the live stream yet. So I'll teach you the expression. Bear with me. Hopefully, we can sort it out. Ooh, toma. So look at that. 3 expressions I just taught you because we had a little glitch, problemilla. We're having a little problem, a little glitch. I said a heads up, un aviso. I said bear with me, tener paciencia conmigo, bear with me. And then I said we're going to sort it out. Lo vamos a solucionar. Well, I can't guarantee that, but I'll do whatever I can. Let's see. Born to Iron Man, front, row, center. He says, morning, folks. Last show with No Name live in 2022. But don't get, but don't get blue. And let's get carried away. Hey, Born to Iron Man, I know where you saw that video. I know where you get your content, and I'm very content. Content, content, bueno. And so awesome to get carried away. Se me va la pinza, me emociono. I get carried away. So let's get carried away at Christmas with our families and friends. Merry Christmas and happy 2023. Thank you so much. Born to Iron Man. Guys, remember, Christmas Eve is what you call Nochebuena, the 24th of December. Christmas Eve, la noche de Navidad. The other one's Christmas Day, the 25th. Same thing happens at New Year's. We've got New Year's Eve. You call it Old Night. Noche Vieja, I love that. Old night. Oh, it's an old night. Old night. No, we say New Year's Eve. Otra vez, este Eve viene de evening. And New Year's Day, no solo es una canción de U2, on New Year's Day, but it's also a holiday. Well, some people have to work. I've had to work on New Year's Day many, many, many times. Welcome aboard Born to Iron Man and Marta. Marta, who says, good morning, Santa and friends. Love your hat. Thank you. Thank you, Marta. I was just going to say, you can sit on Santa's lap, but see, it's inappropriate. But I wasn't thinking it in that way. I'm like, oh, come sit on Santa's lap and tell him what you want for Christmas. Bueno, ahí aprendemos la palabra lap. Ragazzo. Me suena como una palabra italiana. Siempre. So, never mind. You can't say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not going to say anything. I don't want it to be misinterpreted. All right, Oscar. Oscar says, hello, guys. Happy Christmas to y'all. What's up, Oscar? He says, I'd like to thank you, my dear AA, for challenging me all throughout the year. It's been an amazing year, and it's fair to recognize your big effort. Thanks. Thank you, Oscar. Always a pleasure. Let's see. Leonardo says, today I won't be able to participate. Don't tell me that, Leo. Don't tell me that. We have a party planned here, man. He says, I won't be able. All right, enough. Oh, my God. Okay. We don't have to be crybabies, but man, we're going to miss you. But he says, I'm here to say thank you, teacher and friends, for all those wonderful moments you have given me every time I join the show with no name. Merry Christmas. Leo, what can I say? You are an ace. Un as. Lupe says, morning, guys. Let's make the most of our last show with no name of this year. Merry Christmas and happy 2023. Lupe, always a pleasure to read your name. Nihad, what's up, buddy? Dear teacher, I wish your day would be filled with blessings and nothing but good news. Good morning. Thank you, Nihad. Well, now that you're here, I'm in a good mood. There's German saying, morning, guys. How you doing? Me gusta el doing ese, es muy nativo, ¿eh? Porque muchos dicen, how are you? Pero un nativo, how you doing? Great, German. Thanks for joining us. Ooh, there's Chris Valrol. Now we can really get this party started. Chris says, Merry Friday. I mean, Merry Christmas. Indeed, all the year waiting for this time. And it's over in 2 days. In two shakes of a lamb's tail. Nice one. In two shakes of a lamb's tail. In un plis plas. Well, it's not just 2 days, though. I mean, in Spain, it goes till the 6th because we don't celebrate the Epiphany. So think of it this way. You guys have like an extended Christmas. Ours is the 24th we celebrate. We get together with family and friends, maybe on the 24th and the 25th, and then the 31st and the 1st. But then the 2nd, some people, it depends on your job, but in general, on the 2nd of January, it's back to work, baby. Let's see. We've got Marisol in the house, presente. And she says, morning, everyone. We are all definitely going to have an amazing program today by hook or by crook. That is totally native, Marisol. All right. By hook or by crook. I see we've got some people participating in our pop quiz, but I'm seeing something here. Nobody took a stab at the first one. So, Born to Iron Man, he says, I can't stand getting up early. That's perfect, Born to Iron Man. I can't stand getting up early. No soporto madrugar. Perfect. I'll take it. Let's see. Chris says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I can't stand getting up early. So everybody just skipped the first one. Let's see. German says, I can't stand being an early bird. I might be wrong. No, that works. That works. Vero says, morning, beautiful people. Merry Christmas, guys. I hope 2023 treats you all well. A special shout out to my nephew, Mateo, on his 13th birthday. I love you, buddy. Oh, happy birthday, Mateo. Some kisses. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big old smooch. A smooch es un beso. Smooch. Think about it. Smooch. It sounds like it, right? So happy birthday to Mateo. I love that name, by the way. Marta says, I cannot stand getting up early. True story. I get it. I get it. It depends, though. What if you're going on a trip to Ibiza or something? Oh, that now everybody wants to get up early. See? Let's see. Jennifer. She says, Happy New Year, everyone. Let's go on and on and on learning good English. She says, next year, with the best teacher ever. Sorry, I got lost there. You said it perfectly, Jennifer. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We've got Marta in the house. Marta saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, friends. I wish you all the best. Enjoy these days with your loved ones. Remember, guys, I'll be sharing stuff on social media as I always do. You know me, I won't be working. I won't be producing shows, but I do have videos prepared. I'm going to be sharing videos every day throughout the holiday season. Let's see. Salvador says, I'm not going to be able to participate because of the kids, but I have you on in the background. Salvador, tell us your kid's name if you'd like to, and we'll give them a shout out. Les mandamos un saludo, sin duda. In fact, a shout out to Salvador's kids. What's up? You have the day off. Tenéis el día libre. Party! Yeah, but treat your daddy good. Remember, let your daddy learn English and have fun with his classmates. I tried, Salvador. I can't promise anything. Chris says, we are sure 100% you do your best and we appreciate it. And Chris says, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Interesting, Chris. I've never heard it that way, but I like it. I like it. All right. Well, let me tell you, though, because nobody got that first one. We usually say if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Right? Si vale la pena hacerlo, vale la pena hacerlo bien, ya que te vas a molestar, a ir, a cumplir. Just do it right, right? So if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. The only thing, Chris, just be careful with that overdoing it, because sometimes that's pasarse like in a bad way too. So I would stick with it. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. That's a great philosophy, not just an idiomatic expression. Guys, we are going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the second part of today's show with no name. So stick around. Welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. It's time for part 2 of today's show with no name, exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Oh, yeah. Come on in. Happy holidays, folks. From all of us at Vaughn Radio to all of you, wherever you're tuning in from all around the world. I hope you guys can hear the audio in the live chat now. I was tinkering, jugueteando, toqueteando. Great vocabulary word. I was tinkering. If you want to learn words all day long, idiomatic expressions, grammar, pronunciation, among other things, you got Vaughn Radio. Just download our free app, and this way you can keep up with all your favorite programs. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. It's another way to make sure you are learning English every day. All right, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to this, the second part of the last show of 2022. Folks, are you ready? This is the last Say What soundbite of 2022. Good luck. Say what? What? Yeah. That's right, folks. It's the Say What soundbite, only on the show with no name. Yeah, come on. Everybody on board. Santa's sleigh is on the way. El trineo de Santa está de camino. Santa's sleigh is on his way, or on its way. Santa's on his way. It's a song my daughter knows. Goodbye, reindeer. Goodbye, Santa. Goodbye. I love it. You know me, guys. I'm kind of cheesy. Yo soy un poco cheesy, as the word goes in English. All right, well, we are in the holiday spirit here on the show with no name. As always, you're going to hear this Say What soundbite 4 times. You're going to have 4 chances to write down everything you hear. At first, I want you to just give me your opinion in your best English possible. Are you ready? I love this one. This one's going to be fun. Here it is, the Say What soundbite for the first time.
But I won't become just any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat who swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence of his prey. I shall be Fruit Batman.
Great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow?
All right, there you go, folks. That was the first hearing, or listen, I should say, of the Say What soundbite. I know those voices very well. I think you guys might know them too. That's the worst part about watching something that has a voiceover, no, una voz en locutado, no, in a different language. You're missing the original voice, which obviously that person is cast in that role for a reason, no? Por algo están en ese papel. Okay. All right. So I'll give it to you a second time, and then we can talk about it. We can see what we come up with. All right. I think it's not too difficult. There might be a word or two in there that might be a bit more challenging, but here it is, folks. This is the Say What soundbite for the second time. Please write down as much as you possibly can.
But I won't become just any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat who swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence of his prey. I shall be Fruit Batman.
Great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow?
All right, there it is. The second listen of today's Say What soundbite. You're going to hear it another 2 times, and hopefully you'll be able to get down most of it, if not all of it. But right now, I'm just interested in your opinion based on what you heard. What's going on? If you were a detective and you had to tell me, listen, I just heard this, and the other thing, this person is, be descriptive, but don't go on and on and on and on. All right, let's see. Salvador says his kids' names are Laura, Hugo, and Elena. What's up, Laura, Hugo, and Elena? There you go. Some kisses for our amigo Salvador's kids. You guys are the bomb. Hey, that was a little extra. That was the cherry on top, La Guinda. It's always great to have family with us. And speaking of family, there's my dad. He is with us today, ready. I know he's in the holiday spirit too. And he says, good morning, Alberto, friends and family. Greetings from Greenwood Lake, New York. Merry chat and a happy new year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you, Dad. We'll miss you this year, as I told you in a What's Up this morning. Cristina says, okay, I had to take a stab. Oh, no, Chris, you'll never get reprimanded for taking a stab at things here. Yeah, the expression then would be, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. All right, well, folks, that was your Say What soundbite. I'll give you a minute or two to let it sink in para asimilarlo un poco. And in the meantime, we can start kicking off today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee.
That's right, folks. That's right. It is our Spelling Bee. It's our Spelling Bee here on the show with no name. And as always, we're going to look at 6 different things, but 6 things that are somehow connected, right, in some way. And what I want you guys to do is obviously jot down the 6 words I'm going to give you. These will be capitalized today, so they'll all start with a capital letter. I can tell you right now, they're songs. They're songs. So songs have a capital letter. Remember, in English, this is the general rule when it comes to capitalizing movies, books, and songs, right? Works of art. Normally, you capitalize the first word and the last word, and the ones in between that are important. So like is, the, and those words aren't really that important. They're words that connect it. But the major words, I'm trying to think of some examples of movie titles. But that's a general rule we have in English, okay? And that is first word capitalized, last word capitalized, starting with a capital letter, and the important ones in between. And how do you know an important word? Well, if you take it out, you still know what it is. You know what I mean? So the Phantom of the Opera. I don't think of the needs capitalization there. It's the Phantom and the Opera, and they're both the first. They're both the important words, and they're the first and the last, right? The Godfather, normally you wouldn't capitalize the. But in The Godfather, it's the first word, so it has to be capitalized. I think it's a stylistic thing, but it's good to know because I believe in Spanish, it's a bit different, right? All right, let's read some comments here, and we'll see if anybody participated in today's Say What soundbite. I hope you guys were able to hear it. I think I fixed the audio glitch in the live stream. There's ESD, Mr. Positivity, and he says, Merry Christmas and Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. That's right. He says, let's make it a great class and a great weekend. Merry Christmas to all the believers and happy holidays to the rest. That's right. To all the believers, Christianity, right? I imagine he's referring to the Christians. Now, in the States, they started saying happy holiday. I mean, I say happy holidays because people get offended over whatever. But obviously, it kind of include, for me, when I say happy holidays, this way I don't have to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, right? But also there are some people like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. Okay, sorry. Sorry. It's like, I don't celebrate my birthday. So then happy birthday is offensive, right? I remember back when I was a kid, they started talking about Kwanzaa, this holiday Kwanzaa. Now, I've never seen anybody celebrate Kwanzaa in my life. Seriously, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, But I've never, and I remember, oh, but what about Kwanzaa? What about Kwanzaa? I said, what about it? I have never, okay, if you tell me Hanukkah, then I'm going to say, oh, sure. Half of my friends celebrated Hanukkah. They celebrated Christmas too. Why not? It's like in my family, we celebrate the wise men, the Epiphany, and we celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Why not? And Chinese New Year. What the hell? Ya que estamos. So, I don't mean it because to not say Merry Christmas, but it's just for me a way to be succinct. Instead of saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, I say Happy Holidays. But if people are offended because I say Merry Christmas, I wish you had real problems to deal with. That's all I'll say. Let's see. Chris says, I heard two men. I'd say the audio is part of a cartoon or similar. And I'd say they're talking about beds. Well, I'll tell you something, Chris, it's definitely from a cartoon. It's from a very well-known cartoon. The two characters are also both very well-known, and they're played by the same person. So you're hearing a conversation really between two people played by the same person. I'm giving you some serious clues here. So, yes, but definitely from a cartoon. They're definitely both men. And they didn't say something about beds. You misheard that. Beds. Well, I guess it's a difficult one today, but that's the idea, guys. The idea is the harder it is, the easier it is going to be when you guys are out there and somebody speaks like this and they chopping up the words, you know. When that happens, you'll be like, oh, I'm ready for this because, well, I participated in the Say What soundbite. But, folks, we're going to move on. If only Chris is going to participate, it's time for our spelling bee. This first round is not for the faint of heart. No es apto para cardíacos. This is our spelling bee, and this is round one. The first song is SILENT space NIGHT. The next one is DRUMMER space BOY. The next one is COME space ALL space YE space FAITHFUL. The next one is WHITE, space, CHRISTMAS. See, it's even difficult for me. The second to last one is FAIRYTALE, space NY. And the last one is DOMINIC, space DONKEY. All right, there you go. That was fast as hell. All right, there's Rosaline in our chat room checking in, fichando. And Rosaline says, hello, AA and classmates. I also want to wish you a most very happy and Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Thank you so much, Rosaline. Wishing you the best to you and yours, como decimos, a ti y a los tuyos. Germán says, some people get offended by everything nowadays. It's like modern Olympics. Well, I got to tell you something. I said this the other day on the show, and I really mean this. Being offended doesn't make you right? Being offended doesn't, just because you're offended doesn't mean like now you're right? It just means you're offended. Somewhere along the line, someone said, well, now that I'm offended, everything you say is wrong. It's like, whoa, hang on. Hang on 1 second. So, hey, if you want to get offended, I always think of it like the person who wants to get angry. You want to be angry? You want to be cranky? You want to be whatever? That's your world. You're the one who's going to have to live in that world that you created. So, in the end, people who are like that, I don't even get angry at them. I feel sorry for them. Me dan penita y todo, Let's see. Will says, hello, my dear people from Colombia. Right now, it is 5 a.m. Oh, my goodness. Talk about The early bird, we say in English, the early bird gets the worm. El que madruga, Dios le ayuda. And I'll tell you something, our buddy here is going to be definitely helped by the Lord. Te va a ayudar. Hello, my dear people from Colombia. Right now it's 5 a.m. and I'm a really early bird. You are right. Happy holidays. It's better because you don't need to know too much about their celebrations. I hope you have a lovely dinner together. Cheers and happy holidays, folks. Great to have you on board, Will. All right. Well, you know what they say, where there's a will, there's a way. All right. Querer es poder. Will is our student. All right, let's see. The first person to participate over here is Born to Iron Man. And Born to Iron Man, I see one little thing over here that I'm not too sure about. But let's see. If nobody else got it, then we'll take it. Okay. Let's see. The words are all right. Oh, no. Born to Iron Man, you got the one, two. The third one is wrong. And the first one, you didn't capitalize the second word. So if I want to be a stickler, rigorista, I wouldn't take that one. But that's good. You get another chance. Let's see. Marta, the first one's right, capitalized correctly. The second one's right. The third one is correct. The fourth one is correct. Oh, no, you're missing a letter in the next one. And the last one, oh, guys, we're almost there. Casi. As you say in Spanish, uy, 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 uy. And as Marta pointed out, thank you very much, Marta. That's right. These are Christmas carols. And some of them are not really traditional Christmas carols. All right, let's see. Lupe's taking a stab at it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. It took a little bit there today, but unbelievable speed. Give it up for Lupe. All right. Wow. Excellent job, guys. Excellent job, all of you. That wasn't easy. I'm telling you. All right, now the good thing is, if you participated and made a mistake, which is most of you, take a look at it, right? See if you can correct it. Those of you who couldn't get it on the first go, come on, this one's going to be a piece of cake. Esto va a ser pan comido. Yeah, we say un trozo de tarta. All right, the first one is SILENT space NIGHT. The second one is DRUMMER space BOY. The next one is COME space ALL space YE space FAITHFUL. The next one, WHITE space CHRISTMAS. The next one is FAIRYTALE space NY. And the last one is DOMINIC space DONKEY. All right, there you go. Those are your Christmas carols. There are so many great ones out there, as you guys know. But I chose some, and I chose some that were more religious, some that were more from the New York area, some that were more, I did like an international kind of thing. There's Marta coming back around. Guys, wonderful job. Seriously, amazing effort. Because even if you guys didn't get them on the first go, you came so close. So, when Santa checks his list, you're definitely going to be on the nice list. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. And you guys are all nice. All right, let's take a look. The first one, Silent Night. You have to sing it like that, you know? I don't know why. It just sounds weird. Silent Night. It sounds like a song that begs to be sung high-pitched. Now, I'm going to crack some windows over here in the process. Silent Night. You say Noche de Paz, right? Holy night. All is calm. Todo está calmado. All is bright. Todo está brillante, ¿no? El futuro, la luz. Round young virgin mother and child. Virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. Holy infant, so tender and mild. And this is the part I'm not going to sing in that key because I can't. Sleep. Wait, let me, I got to go down. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. And as you know, there have been a million different covers of these Christmas songs from rock and roll versions. One of my favorite Christmas albums is Twisted Christmas by Twisted Sister. They take some of the coolest songs and they just turn them into like heavy metal rock songs. There's one that they have, which is our third song. Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. I'm sure you know all of these, right? Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Bethlehem is Belen, right? The place where Jesus was born, Bethlehem. So that's another classic one. Come all ye faithful. Ven todos vosotros llenos de de fe, right? Fieles. Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Which joy, you know, from another one. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and I don't really remember the lyrics, but I'm sure you all know those melodies because I'm sure you have a Spanish version of all of these. I know you have a Spanish version of our second one. I'm the drummer boy, the little drummer boy. And I hope you know which version I'm talking about. Spanish people, you better know which version I'm talking about. It's not Christmas without Rafael's el tambolero. What do you call tambolero? I always forget the name in Spanish. El tambolero, el tambolidero. It's Little Drummer Boy. Come, they told me. Ven, me dijeron. Param, pa, pam, pam. A newborn king to see. Param, pa, pam, pam. Now, as I said, you won't find a better cover, a better version of that song than Rafael's. But guys, we need to take a really quick commercial break right now. I can't believe it. Time is just flying by on today's show. I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you'll join us in the second half. I can't believe it. Third part, second half, coming up in just a moment. So stick around. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to The Show with No Name. The Show with No Name Christmas edition. We are in the holiday spirit. I know I am. Goodbye, Santa. Goodbye, reindeer. That's right, folks. Show with No Name Christmas edition. And this is part 3. I can't believe it. We are in the 3rd part of today's show. And man, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We are celebrating the holidays. We're in the Christmas spirit. I hope you guys are. In fact, I don't hope. I know you guys are in the Christmas spirit. I can see it by your comments. I can feel it in your comments. I can feel it in my fingers. I can feel it in my bones. But folks, let's kick off this part of the show with today's homophone.
Homophones, homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with homophone. Show with no. On the first day of Christmas. All right. I'll stop. I just can't help it. As our buddy Born to Iron Man said, I get carried away. Se me va la olla, se me va la pinza. All right, let's take a look at today's homophones and see if you guys recognize these words or not. The first word is the past tense of the word fly. So fly, volar. La segunda columna. So fly, flown. Te doy la tercera columna. All right? If you love planes, if you love to travel, you need to know this verb. It's an irregular verb, as you can imagine, from the flown part. So it's the past tense of the verb volar. Okay? The past tense of the verb to fly. Okay? The second word is another word for chimney. Okay? A chimney. Chimenea. Okay? You can say the word chimney, but there's another way to say it. All right? Chimney is our second word, a synonym for the word chimney in English. And the first word is the past tense of the verb to fly. All right? Also, I'm going to give you guys today's Say What soundbite. This is the 3rd listen, and hopefully somebody will be able to figure it out. Here we go, folks.
But I won't become just any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat who swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence of his prey. I shall be Fruit Batman.
Great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow?
All right, there you go, folks. There you go. All right, let's go on over to our chat room, see how you guys are doing on the homophone section, also on the Say What soundbite. Jennifer says there's a lovely history, mejor story en este caso, Jennifer. There's a lovely story behind the Silent Night song. It is written by a German soldier during the war, and it was because that night they decided not to attack and not to kill. That's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. We've got Will who says, back in 2013, I went to New York. It was my very first time in the U.S., and it was really cold. I ate in Chinatown, $4.75 for a dish and $1 for a drink. Christmas in New York is really nice and lots of people, and all the while I saw some people dancing, wearing fancy clothing and asking for money.
Tamborilero. Oh, that's the word. Thank you. Let's see. Chris Valdro says, I love Fairy Tale of New York. Oh, what a great song. The Pogues, the Irish band, the Pogues. That's one of my favorite Christmas tunes, if not my favorite. Fairy Tale of New York. And she goes, what I knew thanks to you, that I knew, in vez de what, which I knew or that I knew thanks to you. And the rock cover of White Christmas, I sang it to my friends last year. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you guys want to hear my favorite? Okay, I just told you that A Fairy Tale of New York is my favorite, but there's one that I like even more, and it's this one. Let's see if you guys recognize the artist here.
When a jelly happy then.
With a corn cob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal.
Cold.
Frosty.
Snowman was a jelly happy then. The jelly.
And what about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny
nose.
and if you ever saw him, you would even say,
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kisses. There you go, folks. Yes, that's my daughter. And she's stuffed up. La pobre, you can tell she has a cold. She's, poor kid, is congested, but she's a good sport and she loves singing Christmas. So we were in the studio this morning just singing some Christmas carols. Let's see. Let's go on over to our homophones. Born to Iron Man is the first one to participate. Born to Iron Man. Those are the correct words, and you say they sound alike. All right. Let's see. Vero. Those are the correct words, and Vero also says they sound alike. Lupe. Those are the correct words, and you agree. Let's see. Chris. She says they seem to be homophones. All right. Wow. Okay. Anybody else? I see you guys are loving Lara's performance. And as I said, the poor thing, pobrecilla. I'm like, Lara, sing. Let's sing together. But she's all stuffed up and she wasn't feeling good. And, well, you know, that's the show must go on. I said, we got to record something for Christmas for my students, right? So they have a little Christmas greeting. All right, so let's see a couple comments. Chris says, oh my God, she's really great. Oh, she's awesome. She is awesome. Vero says, it's our little princess, Lara. Marisol says, she is so lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think so too, but I'm her daddy, so my vote doesn't count. All right, the first word is the word flew. Fly, flew, flown. Okay. So every winter, we fly to New York. Last winter, we flew to New York. Lately, we've flown to New York in the summer. There you go. You got all three of them. Use them in your context, but I'm sure you can come up with, last year, we flew to fill in the blank. I know maybe you're afraid, maybe you're afraid of flying. A lot of people have that phobia. It's a very real phobia. Somebody asked me the other day, your daughter's not afraid of flying? I go, why? I go, nobody's ever told her to be afraid of it. Nobody's ever taught her that it's a scary thing. We've always said it's fun. We're going somewhere. The only thing we warned her is, you got to sit still. Hay que estar quieta, which is difficult for Lara. And let's be honest, it's difficult for Papi as well. All right, so the first word, flew. We flew to New York last summer. We haven't flown there since then, right? Juega con ello hasta que lo tengas claro en tus propios ejemplos. Solo hay que reinar la ciudad o país. The second word is flew. Okay, let me give it to you together. I think a bird flew into the flue. Do they sound the same? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Flew and flew. The first one is spelled F-L-E-W. The second one is spelled F-L-U-E. Now, question. Is there a third homophone that I left out. Hay uno que he dejado fuera ahí, que he omitido. Oh, and I want to talk about this second word, flu. Normally, I don't use the word flu very often, but if you're going to use the word flu, it's the same as the chimney. Es la parte exterior, no la parte que tiene el tubo, where the smoke comes out, where Santa goes down. He goes down the flue, goes down the chimney. La parte que tienes en casa, the part where you can sit around there, what is that called? That is called the fireplace, where you hang the stockings. Remember, we don't call them socks. We have socks, but we hang stockings from the fireplace, from the mantle. De hecho, esa parte is called the mantle, que es un false friend, no es mantel. Right? A ver cómo lo traducen aquí. Mantle, el borde? I don't know. Mantle. Mantle is marco de la chimenea, repisa de la chimenea. Mantle, the mantle. So you hang the stockings from the mantle. And those are usually what we call small little gifts, regalitos pequeños. We call them stocking stuffers, que están para rellenar los estos, to stuff stockings. If you want to learn more about this topic, as I said, I've got an FYI episode for your Ingles episode on Christmas, and I talk about this. I give you some of my traditions from where I grew up as well, and you'll learn tons of different vocabulary. Let's see. Jaime says gripe. Gripe. Well, gripe es quejarse, right? Cólico también. Bueno, piénsalo. Si tienes cólico, te quejas. Gripe también es una queja. So it can be the noun or the verb, gripe. Or, okay, Jaime, I think I get what you mean now. This is why, guys, context is always good, especially in language learning class, right? We want to use we don't have to use too many words, but enough so people get what we're saying. And that doesn't happen, a miscommunication. You're saying gripe. Okay, so now I know what you mean. Flu. Okay, so that's great. You got it, but I shouldn't give you that applause because, well, it wasn't very clear, You just said gripe. So I said, oh, okay, quéjate. I said, okay, I will if you want me to. So yes, the word, though, I get you now, is flu, F-L-U, que es la gripe. Oh, man, I came down with the flu. That's a great phrasal verb to know when we're talking about getting sick. I think I'm coming down with something, right? To come down with something. All right, let's go back to our spelling bee, finish up our couple songs that we've got left, and then we'll move on because it's time for Name That Movie right after this. So we ended up with "O Come All Ye Faithful." The next one on our list was "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, just like the ones I used to know." Ahí aprendemos el used to. Just like the one, los que antes conocía. Where the treetops glisten. They glisten, brillan. The treetops, las partes de arriba de los árboles. And children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Everybody, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Oh, man, that is a classic. Who did that one? Google Crosby. Did you guys get that horrible joke? Google Crosby? Bing Crosby? Bing is a search engine, so okay, I'll stop. White Christmas, classic. Also, Bing Crosby. I guess that's one of the most famous versions of the song, but obviously the song has been done over and over again. This next song, it doesn't matter who does it, but I will tell you that there's just one original. It's the Pogues, and it's a fairy tale of New York City. This is an amazing song because it's almost like an anti-Christmas song. You know, it's like what the Gremlins or Die Hard is to Christmas movies. Yeah, the Gremlins is a Christmas movie. It takes place during the holidays, but I wouldn't watch it with my daughter. Not yet, not at 3 years old, right? So Fairy Tale of New York is a song by the Pogues. As Chris Valrol said, if you haven't heard this one, turn it up and get ready to dance. And it's just awesome. They've got the bagpipes. The bagpipes son las gaitas. For a long time, my favorite Christmas song was So This Is Christmas, and What Have You Done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. That used to be my favorite until I discovered the Pogues. And I discovered the Pogues through an Irish friend of mine. That's why it's good to have friends from all around the world. All right. And our last Christmas song that I've got here is Dominic the Donkey. What? This is one that's specifically for, mira, lo entiende aquí, Dominic the Donkey. This is a song that was written by Lou Monte. And it's a song that every Christmas it comes out, but specifically, you won't hear it too much in Los Angeles. You won't hear it too much in Texas. You won't, but you'll hear it in the Northeast, in an area that's full of Italian Americans. Hello, me, right? And it's just a very comical song, and it's Dominic the Donkey. So, you know, kids, the American kids have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Well, the Italian American kids have Dominic the Donkey. And I'll sing it to you a little bit here. I'm sorry if it starts to rain. Hopefully it'll get cold enough and it'll start to snow. And then we'll have that white Christmas that we've been dreaming of. Ah, y ahí vemos. I'm dreaming of. No es dreaming with. O sea, solo de esa canción hemos aprendido el used to, el dream con la preposición adecuada. It goes chingity ching, It's Dominic the Donkey, chingity ching, the Italian Christmas donkey. Oh la 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 la. It's, I gotta say, it'll get you in an Italian Christmas mood. It's like doing a tarantella. And if you haven't heard it, listen to it. It's one of these comical ones. And, you know, Christmas needs its Mariah Carey songs. It needs its funny songs, its sing-along songs, its classic songs, such as Silent Night. I mean, I can't imagine, even though Silent Night is not one of my favorite ones, I can't imagine Christmas without Silent Night. And this is a good time to watch some Christmas movies. And it's time for today's Name That Movie. Name That Movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie, only on the show with no name, and I can't believe it. We are flying through today's Christmas show, and here we go. Here's today's Name That Movie. This is one of my favorite movies ever. I know I say that a lot, but you know why? I got a lot of favorite movies, but this is a beautiful movie. It's a movie that kind of changed my life a little bit. You know, some of those movies that you see and they mark a difference in your thoughts and the way you see the world. And it's funny because I'm not a big fan of Sean Penn. I think Sean Penn, I prefer when Sean Penn was an actor instead of like one of those actors who goes to, like, you know, shake hands with all kinds of people. He's not a diplomat. I mean, I know he wants to be one, but he's an actor and he was a good actor. But now he doesn't really act anymore. He's doing shows, if you catch my drift. But he directed this movie, and it's a wonderful movie. Let's see if you guys recognize it. After graduating from Emory University, top student and athlete Christopher McCandless abandons his possessions, gives his entire $24,000 savings account to charity, and hitchhikes to Alaska to live in the wilderness. Along the way, Christopher encounters a series of characters that shape his life. Oh, and how could I forget? This movie has probably one of the greatest soundtracks ever, and it's composed by Eddie Vedder. It's awesome. It's absolutely, maybe that's one of the reasons I like the movie so much as well, you know? I don't know, possibly. So, anybody recognize it? Emory University, it's in Washington. My uncle Nick went to Emory University. He became a cardiologist. So after graduating from Emory University, top student, o sea, es top, and athlete, lo tiene todo, Christopher McCandless abandons his posesiones, and he gives his entire $24,000 savings account to charity. To charity is a una ONG. And he hitchhikes, to hitchhike es hacer autostop, to Alaska to live in the wilderness. You can say in the wild or in the wilderness. Along the way, Christopher encounters, muy interesante, se encuentra con, he encounters a series of characters that shape his life, que amoldan su vida, just like this movie did for me. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. It's Chris Valrol. The movie is called Into the Wild. It came out in 2007. If you haven't seen this, it's a beautiful movie, Into the Wild, and the soundtrack, too, by Eddie Vedder. Just amazing, amazing. So this is Corinne Oh, and I've read the book, too. The book is fascinating. The book tells other stories of people who did similar things and what they had in common. Just disappearing. You call it Hacia Rutas Salvajes, I think. We call it Into the Wild. And this is a voiceover, voz en off, and it's his sister. His sister was kind of the only one he kept contact with when he disappeared. And even then, he lost contact with her. And she says, the year Chris graduated high school, he bought the Datsun used and drove it cross country. A Datsun is a kind of car, used, es de segunda mano, and he drove it cross country. Cruzó el país con ello. He stayed away most of the summer. Se mantuvo alejado, lejos, la mayoría del verano. As soon as I heard he was home, en cuanto supe que estaba en casa, I ran into his room to talk to him. Fui corriendo a su habitación a hablar con él. In California, he'd looked up some old family friends. Cuando estuvo en California, he looked up. To look up es buscar en la guía telefónica, pero es encontrarse con, buscarles, contactar, reconectar, right? We use the line a lot. Look me up if you're in New York. Búscame, llámame, dame un toque, conecta conmigo. So he looked up some old family friends, amigos de la familia, and he discovered that our parents' stories of how they fell in love and got married were calculated lies masking an ugly truth. So he found out from his parents' friends that his parents had been lying to him his whole life. When they met, Dad was already married. Papá, imagínate, ¿sabe qué? Entonces, nada cuadra, nada de lo que me habéis dicho. Oh, my God. That's got to be very devastating. So when they met, Dad was already married. And even after Chris was born, Dad had another son with his first wife, Marcia, to whom he was still legally married. This fact suddenly redefined Chris and me as bastard children. Dad's arrogance made him conveniently oblivious. If you're oblivious, no te enteras. Okay? Conveniently oblivious to the pain he caused. And Mom, in the shame and embarrassment of a young mistress, una querida, became his accomplice, su cómplice, his accomplice, empieza con A en inglés, in deceit, and deceit is in mentir. The fragility, que es frágil, the fragility of crystal is not a weakness, but a fineness. My parents understood that a fine crystal glass had to be cared for, or it may be shattered. And if something is shattered, it's destrozado. empiezas. But when it came to my brother, they did not seem to know or care that their course of secret action brought the kind of devastation that could cut them, que podría cortarles, right? To cut, destrozarles, to cut them. Folks, we've got to go. I can't believe it, but this is our last commercial break of 2022. We're going to come back for the fourth and final part of today's show in just a moment. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to this, the fourth and final part of today's show. That's right, the show with no name. Last show of 2022. And what a year it's been. Oh, my God. Thank you for being a part of my year. I don't know if I could have gotten through it without you guys. Hey, I'm being honest. You know me. I keep it real. I can't not keep it real. It's too hard. All right, amigos, come on in. We've got so much to do here. Don't forget, right after today's program, you've got Jules Linares in her program, Let's Get Random. After that, you got Rob and Andy and the Lunchtime Show, followed by Tosh Pasqua and her program, Back to Basics. And don't forget, you can get access to all these programs. All you have to do is go over to the Vaughn Radio app or wherever you download your apps and download the Vaughn Radio app. Also, go on over to our website, groupofvaughn.com. That's where you can find out about what's going on in the Vaughn world. And if you're still looking for some gifts, some last-minute gifts, you can go on over to Vaughn Tienda, vaughntienda.com, and you can get tons of books. I have 4 that I wrote, and I have many others that I've collaborated on. So go on over there. It's Grupo Vaughn if you want to find out about everything in the Vaughn world. And if you're just looking for materials, you can go to vaughntienda.com. Folks, right now it's time for Double Trouble. Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Yeah. That's right, folks. That's right. It's double trouble only on the show with no name. And you know what? We used this word before. I used this word before, and you'll see the word one of the word. Yeah. The word we're going to double up on. We could make it a triple trouble because we already looked at this word and it's not one of these two meanings. We'll take a look at it after. I know right now you're thinking, what? All right. I think I'm just confusing you too much. We'll see it after, but we did look at this word already on today's show. Here's today's double trouble. In this translation, you have to use the same word twice. Here we go. Van a declararse en huelga. Hay que aprovechar el momento oportuno. There you go. Van a declararse en huelga. I don't know if you say that. Or van a entrar en una huelga. Van a hacer huelga. Okay. Lo importante es que sea correcto en inglés. No sé si es correcto en español. Así van a declararse en huelga o van a hacer una huelga. Hay que aprovechar el momento correcto, el momento oportuno. That is today's double trouble. Hopefully you guys will be able to figure that one out. Also, I've got to give you your Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time. If I'm not mistaken, nobody's figured it out yet. So here's your last chance.
But I won't become just any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat who swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence of his prey. I shall be Fruit Batman.
Great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow?
All right, folks, that was the fourth and final listen. Since Laura's not here today, I don't know if anybody's going to get it. I hope you guys can figure it out. There are a couple words in there that might be tough. That's all. But we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Right now, we need to solve our double trouble section. Let's see if anybody is participating in our double trouble section in our virtual chat room. Let's see. Head 74 says, Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to you. Chris Valrol says, great soundtrack. Great. Eddie Vedder. Oh, man. It is mind-blowing. I mean, I love it. I'd sing it right now, but again, I think with the Christmas carols, I've done enough singing today. All right, anybody want to take a stab at it? I'm surprised nobody. I don't think it's that difficult. So, van a declararse en huelga o van a hacer huelga. Hay que aprovechar el momento oportuno. Okay, I think we've looked at this idiomatic expression in the past. Okay, and you will be seeing it on my Instagram because I just jotted it down. A lot of times you guys see me looking down. Well, first, because I have all my controls over here. Tengo todos los botones, or the audio controls. I've got my mouse, I've got my keyboard, I've got two screens. So I've got one here in front of me and one here a little bit off to the left. And then I've got, of course, I'm armed with some paper and a pen where I keep some notes about the show, but I also like to write down some of these idiomatic expressions or confusing things that we look at so we can review them a little bit later on. Okay, let's see. Rosaline, I think you hit send prematurely there. Nobody likes the word premature, right? It's not a popular word. Nobody wants to be associated. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Lupe looks like she's got something here that we can look at. Lupe says they are going on strike. So strike while the iron is hot. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Lupe. Lupe, you have been on fire. That's right. You've been on fire lately, Lupe. Somebody hose her down. Saca la manguera. Wow, Lupe. Fantastic job, Lupe. They are going on strike. All right, so to go on strike. That's what we use. It's great because you didn't say they're going strike. Lo dijiste perfecto. It's a collocation. To go on strike. We usually don't say on a strike. It's to go on strike. O sea, que solo el hecho de que sabes que no es con a, con excellent. Okay? They're going on strike. Van a declararse en huelga. Hay que aprovechar el momento oportuno. So strike while the iron is hot. Or you have to strike while the iron is hot. And remember, I said we looked at this word before, to strike a pose. If you know Madonna's song Vogue, strike a pose. She says it there. So we could have, after striking a pose, después de posar, they went on strike. En el pasado, they went on strike. Y fíjate, no podemos meter la E, no es strike, it's they went on unimos la N con la S. They're going to go on They're going to go on strike, right? They're going on strike. You have to strike while the iron is hot. And this comes from a blacksmith. A blacksmith, herrero is what you say in Spanish. Somebody who deals with iron, with metal, right? And so if you take a piece of, strike es pegar, en este caso, okay? Golpear, dar hachazos, ¿no? So if you have a piece of iron there and you keep hitting it, you can hit it left and right. You can hit it all day, all night. You can hit it till you're blue in the face. Hasta más no poder. Till you're blue in the face. It's not gonna bend. It's not gonna be malleable. It's hard. It's rigid. Now, if you heat up that iron, you get the right temperature where iron starts to melt. And now you can start bending that iron a little bit and getting it to do what you want. It becomes more malleable. So that's what it means. The iron's not always hot, right? There's the right moment to do something. It's like saying, what was the word? Well, you don't get a second chance to make a good first impression. Piénsalo. First, second. Same kind of idea. You got to do things at the right moment because you might not get that opportunity. What's the expression? Another expression that comes to mind is opportunity doesn't always knock twice. No siempre toca la puerta dos veces, la oportunidad. If you miss it, guess what? It doesn't mean it's going to come back or you're going to get that same opportunity again. So that's what it's about. It's about doing something at the right time, at the right moment, right? Strike while the iron is hot. And I know a lot of people are striking now. I believe in a lot of different industries, there are a lot of strikes going on. So I guess they are striking while the iron is hot. Y fijaos en la pronunciación, no es iron, no es iron, it's iron. ¿Tú sabes decir yo gano? Yo gano respeto, yo gano dinero. I earn money, I earn respect, I earn coins. Yo gano monedas de hierro. I earn iron coins. It's a homophone. It sounds the same. Just be careful. A lot of people say iron, like Iron Man, right? I am Iron Man. All right, folks, it's time to move on, though, because it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. That's right, amigos. You know it. It is time for our jokes. Now, if you get the jokes, you can explain them, but the most important thing here is that you get the jokes. If you don't worry, I'll explain the double meanings afterwards. But this is just another fun, exciting way to learn English. Music, movies, as we just looked at. We'll look at music in a little bit. Sense of humor, joking around, playing with words. So here we go. Let's see if you get today's jokes. I've got a couple up my sleeve, in la manga. We say up my sleeve. So why did the panda quit his job? Why did the panda quit his job? ¿Por qué dejó su trabajo el oso panda? Well, he was getting the bare minimum wage. The bare minimum wage? No. Nobody? All right, I guess we need to know what bare minimum wage means. So bare minimum, what is the bare minimum? Well, the bare minimum, que no se escribe B-E-A-R, sino B-A-R-E, the bare minimum is the least possible. Mínimo indispensable. Mínimo necesario. Okay? The bare minimum. They pay him the bare minimum. Otra vez, suena como oso, pero esto es bare, B-A-R-E. Okay? The bare minimum. And what is minimum wage? Well, the word wage, I don't know if you've ever heard this word, minimum wage. Vamos aquí. Es el salario mínimo. Salario mínimo interprofesional, pone aquí en español. That would be the minimum wage. So you get it down? Why did the panda quit his job? Well, he was getting the bare minimum wage. Well, I guess it's because he had some clause in his contract. He had some clause in his contract. You get it? He had some clause in his contract. A clause es una cláusula, clause, like Santa Claus, but also a claw, en plural, claws son lo que tiene garras, you say? What a bear has. A bear has claws. You get it? He had some clause in his contract, tuvo algunas garras o patas en su contrato o cláusula. All right, another one. Where do polar bears go on dates? Where do polar bears go on dates? They go to the snowball. No, the snowball. Well, ball is una bola de nieve, snowball. You can have a snowball fight, but also a ball es una gala. A snowball. It's a good name for a winter ball, by the way. Where do polar bears go on their first date? They go to the snowball. Okay, last one. And where do polar bears go to vote? Where do polar bears go when they want to vote? They go to the North Pole. Are you serious? No. The North Pole? El Polo Norte, P-O-L-E. Pero también a poll, P-O-L-L, es a survey, una encuesta, votación, sondeo. Esa es P-O-L-L. The North Pole is P-O-L-E. You get it now? Where do polar bears go to vote? The North Pole. Okay. All right. We're going to move on now, folks, but not because you don't like my jokes, because we've got to celebrate some birthdays in today's famous birthday trivia. One, two, three. Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. That's right, folks. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday today. This guy was freezing. Rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Oh, feeling understand the weather on a winter's on his way. Unimitatable. Inimitable is the word. But we say, a veces cogemos palabras y las hacemos. We're like, unimitatable. Es inimitable. Pero bueno. Yo he oído mucha gente decir unimitatable y yo lo he entendido perfectamente. Inimitable, que es difícil. So this guy's freezing, and this guy's, he said, oh, I'm still alive. What a great group. Pearl Jam. He also did a lot of solo stuff. He did the soundtrack to the movie Into the Wild. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite singer-songwriters, lead singers ever. Number 2, this guy was born in 1956, and he's a guy who knows how to strike while the iron is hot. Well, why? He founded Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's right. He joined them in their early history. He's the second longest serving member of the band after founder Steve Harris. So the original Steve Harris. The next one who came on board, I'm not going to tell you his name. That's our birthday boy. So Iron Maiden, and we know how to pronounce the word iron now. And iron, yo gano. And Maiden suena como hecho en. ¿No? ¿No has visto la camiseta Made in England? Iron Maiden, England, es un juego de palabras, hecho en Inglaterra. Iron Maiden, awesome group, definitely in the pantheon of heavy metal groups. And last but not least, this guy was born in 1943, an American actor, voice artist, and comedian. He worked on Saturday Night Live just for one season, well, 2 seasons, from 79 to 80 and then 84 to 85, which is kind of weird. He co-created, co-wrote, and co-starred in the film This Is Spinal Tap. He also joined the cast of The Simpsons in 1989, where he does the voice of Mr. Burns. He does Waylon Smithers, Principal Skinner, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy. I mean, this guy does most of the voices we love on The Simpsons. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. Please give it up for your classmates. Chris Valrol. Number 1, Eddie Vedder. Number 2, Dave Murray. No Murray, we say Murray. Dave Murray. And number 3, Harry Shearer. And that's going to bring us over to today's Say What soundbite. This is Harry Shearer as Mr. Burns and Harry Shearer as Smithers. So this is both of them here. The first part is Mr. Burns, and the second part is Smithers when he says, "Great, great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow. No supongo que te olvidarás de esto para mañana." Okay, so that last line, that is Smithers, the assistant. And the first line is Mr. Burns. Same guy. And he goes, "But I won't become just any bat. Pero no me convertiré en un murciélago cualquiera." A bat. That was the word you were looking for, Chris. "But I won't just become any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat that swoops from the sky." And to swoop is to fly down quickly and then fly back up, like a bat does. A bat, a bird. "I shall be the terrifying bat that swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence, la esencia vital, oh my God, of its prey, de su presa. I shall be fruit Batman. Yo seré el Batman de la fruta, no? Like a fruit fly." And then, of course, Smithers is like, "Oh, God." He goes, "Great, great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow. Supongo que no te olvidas de esto para mañana." Here it is from The Simpsons, our birthday boy doing Burns and Smithers.
But I won't become just any bat. I shall be the terrifying bat who swoops from the sky and sucks the vital essence of his prey. I shall be Fruit Batman.
Great. I don't suppose you'll be forgetting about this tomorrow?
All right, folks, there you go. And it's time for our final section of 2022. It's Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric. Name that lyric. Name that lyric. Name that lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric only on the show with no name. And this is the final section. Thank you so much, guys, for another amazing year together. It's been an absolute pleasure. Seriously. You know, I can't ask for more motivated students, for nicer students, gente tan maja. And of course, guys, I wish you the best. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and the Epiphany as well. So, folks, and I hope you're surrounded by love, by loved ones, by family. And remember, this Christmas, and I guess every day of the year, what's really important? Presents. Nos quedamos con el último homophone. Presents, regalos, or presence, presencia. I know my answer. I hope you guys know your answer as well. But thank you for your presence every day in this class, for all your hard work. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourselves. Enjoy a well-deserved break. Remember, there'll still be repeats on here. So if you're itching for some English, si tenéis el mono para algo de inglés, I will be posting things on social media. You'll have repeats. You'll have podcasts. I'm launching podcasts every day, bonus episodes, never before heard bonus episodes of For Your Inglés. So you'll have tons of content to get you through the holiday season. And then, as always, we'll be back in 2023, hopefully well-rested, feeling strong, and ready for more. All right. Well, folks, here it is. I'll give you the song. The song is Blood Brothers by Iron Maiden. We're blood brothers. We're blood brothers and sisters, of course. So I dedicate this song to you guys. Even though we're not blood brothers and sisters, siblings, I feel like you guys are my family. So thank you so much. And it goes like this. If you're taking a walk through the garden of life, la canción, si queréis buscarla, Iron Maiden, Blood Brothers. And if you're taking a walk through the garden of life, what do you think you'd expect you'd see? ¿Qué esperarías que encontrarías? Just like a mirror, reflecting the moves of your life, reflejando los movimientos de tu vida. And in the river, reflections of me. All right, well, guys, take a look at the lyrics. I hope you'll sing it with me. I was listening to the song as I was preparing the show, putting in the final touches, and I got pumped up. I hope it pumps you guys up. Espero que os motive a vosotros también. Oh, 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 oh. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho.